Yeah, I have to hit record, because if I don't, Lilith will send me a nasty message. Um, okay, look at this. How we doing? So improv. Any? I always start off asking if you have anything to ask or talk about, or something that involves improv that doesn't involve me talking. Anything? Questions, thoughts? Just jump right in.
What place do monologues have in improv?
Monologues. Well, they're useful in a lot of different ways. We won't be using them in what we're doing necessarily. It's good to do monologues when you rehearse as well, because particularly character monologues. There are really two kinds of monologues. One is a monologue where you're telling truth. You find that in a format that's called a oh my god, an Armando, where someone will be the Armando, get a word from the audience, and then start talking about things related to that word, just talking about stuff in their life or opinions or things that happen, and then you do improv based upon the things that person says. But that person needs to be honest. They can't make stuff up. It's them. Then there's a character monologue where a person is playing a character and talking as though they're a character. So where's that coming from? That's weird. Why does that happen? You hear it too, right?
Someone's volume may be too loud.
Yeah, but why all of a sudden? Yeah. So so a monologue, a character monologue, is when you start. It's like a soliloquy. It's like Hamlet. So it's good to practice doing that sort of thing, so you become more able to jump into being other characters and reacting as another character, even if you don't use it in your improv. But it is useful in improv. It's useful. We have a format that we do at Doghouse Theater. It's a movie format, and we do a movie, usually a horror movie or an action movie, and various people will direct the movie as we're doing it. So someone will shout close up, and we'll put a close up on somebody's face, and then camera moves 180 degrees, and everyone on the stage moves 180 degrees. Camera move, yeah. So you see this crazy movie happening, and then someone will shout out, and this is Joe's Oscar-winning moment, and suddenly now Joe steps out front, and we hear some very emotional music, and he starts doing a monologue. I never wanted to join the Space Force. No, but when I was a kid, so that's that sort of thing. So it's useful, but it's also useful if you don't use it. It's still useful as a tool to sharpen your skills.
Okay.
Yes. And we had classes where, like the first day of improv class, we would we'd have one person after another get up on stage by themselves, turn a spotlight on them, which is really upsetting to anybody, and tell them, you got 2 minutes, talk, say anything. And we don't care what, that light's not going to go off. It's going to go off in 2 minutes exactly. And people would really freak out, and they were astonished how long 2 minutes is when you're standing there with the light, and they couldn't believe, after like 40 seconds, is that it? No. And they have to keep talking. So it's nice to be able to be a Toastmaster. Any other questions or thoughts about anything we're doing or you've done? No one has an improv thought Nothing. Okay.
Since we're here, yeah, I can continue.
Well, yeah, it's my, it's bad enough when I hear my voice echoing back, but it's always my voice, so it's crappy.
So, how do you work a status shift, right? When you feel like there's let me get in camera. There's something like this, and then if ideally for a status shift to happen, kind of both people in the scene need to understand it, right? Or can you force a status shift on someone?
You can initiate a status shift, but your partner needs to understand that that's what's happening. It's like dancing and then suddenly dipping. You can initiate that, but if she doesn't understand, she's going to wonder what the hell you're doing.
Right.
So you have to be aware of that sort of thing. You don't always have to think of it as a status shift, but you have to respond. In other words, if a scene is going along and you and I are in the scene and I'm bossing you around for the whole scene so far, and you suddenly and you're taking it, and then you just say, I don't need this job. I have to respond to that. As an improviser, I have to back down, because now you're taking the top, and it turns out that it's a status shift. There's other ways to create status shifts. You can create a status shift by going low. I once saw a woman do a status shift change where she was being bossed around by this really jerky boss, and she was just upset by it. He was telling her how she was no good at anything, and she was apologizing for all the things she's done wrong, and then she said, "Well, it's probably the leukemia." That's what she said. Now, that's not her taking high status. Suddenly, her boss, the actor even, was shocked, and suddenly the boss is now an idiot. And so by doing that, she now has it over him, and he is doing nothing but begging her forgiveness. So there's lots of different ways to do it, to just change the dynamic between the two people. But every single time when you change the dynamic, every single time there's a status shift, whether you want or not. Every time, without fail, we find out what the scene is now about. You think it's about something, and then suddenly, when there's a status shift, now you know that this is what it was really about all along. And then when there's another status shift, oh, now it's about this. And it also pumps energy into your scene. It's just like pumping a pump. Status is up and down. It just adds energy. It makes you be able to do longer scenes without feeling like, oh my God, is it 2 minutes yet? Any other questions or thoughts? Nothing. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Because I'm part of a group, and I think my group is finding it hard to create long form improvs. What do you think are the qualities that makes a group find it difficult to create long form improvs?
That's a great question, and I could go on and on and on. One of the things that makes it difficult is when a group feels that it needs to be funny. That'll screw it up all the time. One of the things that improv that people do in long form improv that really screws it up is plot. They try to determine what the scene is about ahead of time or right at the beginning, and they think they know. They think, okay, this scene is about we're going through a mechanic and he's going to fix the car, but he's going to mess up the car. Well, how can you know that? Why would you want to know that? What kind of person are you that you need to know what the scene is about? You've got to change the kind of person you are. It's a different game. It's different. It's like checkers and chess. It's different. And the strategies of one don't work in the other. I've got all these little sayings here. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans. Stop it. Stop controlling stuff. Stop thinking of yourself as a comedy team, because that's not what you are. You're a real life team. You're doing acting. It turns out that it's funny if you do it right. But if you're trying to be funny, you're just going to be clowns eventually. It's going to be hard to do. And after 10 minutes of trying to be funny on the stage in long form, it's going to feel like an hour, because the audience is just not going to know why you're doing it that way. So you need to engage the audience emotionally honest. You need to be emotionally honest. Every scene in a good improv show, every scene is always about the same thing. Always. It's always about the two people in the scene. It's not about the horse. It's not about the bicycle. It's not about grandma's going to take me out of her will. It's not about help me fix the house. It's not about any of that crap. If you get a word, pineapple, it's not about a pineapple. It's about these two people. If it's not, why do we care? Do you care about a pineapple? I sure as hell don't. So that will help. It's serious business. It's serious business. It's this, an actor long ago was lying on his deathbed, literally, really lying on his deathbed. He was a big drinker and he was dying. And a friend of his was sitting there with him, commiserating with him. And he said, hey, dying is easy. Comedy's hard. So it's serious. If you treat it as a joke, hey, let me say this funny thing and you say this funny thing, you're gonna hate it eventually. There's more, but that's the short version. Sorry. Any other thing? Okay, let's get started. For real. So there was something I mentioned to a group yesterday, and I'll do it again. I'll ask you, what talent? Name some talents that you think people have in as actors or improvisers. Like what talents make you good at this?
I think if they're really good at object work and they can really act out the environment without any gray areas, it's so clear in your mind without actually having the items on your hand or the chair under your bum. So I think that's.
So the built-in talent that you've been born with is what? Good physicality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's another talent? Another built-in talent, something that somebody's born with? The ability to
sing.
To sing. That's a beautiful one. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a talent. And all these things you can work on and make them better, but supposedly you're born with them, right? I guess. What's some others? One or two?
To listen.
Yeah, well, that is a talent, to focus, to listen to,
Cool.
to care. What else?
I admire some people's speed.
Speed of thinking?
Yeah.
Cleverness? Yeah, that's a talent. Here's a talent that nobody talks about. And it was only last week that it occurred to me, because someone said it. someone that I respect very much. He was a soccer coach for Manchester United for many years, and he said that hard work is a talent. Not everybody can do it, and I have to agree. And he said that a talented player, I'm sorry, an average player who works hard will always beat a talented player who doesn't. And that talent only becomes ability when you add work to it. He talked about David Beckham. You may have heard of David Beckham. He was saying that David Beckham was not, he was the best striker of a soccer ball, of a football in the world, not because he was born with the talent, but because he was born with the talent to work hard, and he worked harder at it than anybody else. So that's why he was good. So the point for improv is anyone can do this. If you think, oh, well, I'm not as quick and funny as I'm not the class clown. I'm not someone who comes up with funny stuff. There are certain things to do in improv. If you work hard at them and you do them, you're going to be good. If I give you a great recipe and you learn how to work all the stuff in the kitchen, you're going to bake as good a cake as anybody else on the planet. It's the work. So, to answer your original question, it's about putting in the work. It's about taking it seriously and realizing that there's a way to do this. And if you try to do it some other way, it might work. But if you stick to it, if you play your scales, you will eventually get good. So to me, that's like an encouragement. It's like saying, it's up to you to how much you want to do something like this or anything. Any thoughts before we then just jump into scenes? We will do some scenes now. Anything at all?
So when you say hard work, you mean doing it more?
Applying yourself, doing whatever it is that you need to do, having a goal and saying, okay, here's what I want to do. I'm going to find out how to do it, and I'm just going to keep working at it. Okay. I'm just going to keep working at it. I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to think I'm done. I'm there. I'm always in the process. And you can tell the improvisers who are coasting, who are just, hey, I'm so good. I just show up, do the thing I do, and everybody likes me. And not everybody. And you can tell. They're the ones who, in a workshop, are the ones who leave at lunchtime and never come back, because a workshop requires you usually to change something about yourself, and they're not willing to do that. So what I've seen in doing this stuff with you guys is that everybody is good at this. And the people who say that they're not necessarily are just as good as anybody else is at this. I'm a person who, if you are an idiot, I will tell you, Matt, you're an idiot. So I don't sugarcoat things, but everyone is good at this. Just do this stuff. And we'll talk about this stuff. But right now, we're going to do some scenes. And it's two-person scenes. I'll get out of the way. Everyone else will be in the green room watching and listening. And afterwards, we'll have a brief discussion about each of the scenes. Okay? Anyone have a question or a problem? Yeah.
Do we have... It's my first time to play in this with you. So do you have rules with playing? Like parameters, structures?
What I'll do is I won't put you in first, but as we go along, I'll add more and more. I'll talk more and more about that sort of stuff. But here's they're not my rules. Here's things that make improv scenes good, and I'm all about making improv easy. And one, do grounded work. If you're not used to doing long form, maybe you're not used to doing grounded work. And grounded work means what? You know this. Say it.
Make it real. Believe it.
You
Believe what you're
believe
doing.
your character, yeah.
The character believes what he's doing or she's
Yes.
doing.
Yes, that's right. Your character believes what they're doing, so that I, the audience, believe it. So you can do pretty much anything as long as I believe that your character is doing it because they believe it, rather than just because they wanted to say a funny thing.
Cool.
We've had grounded scenes that are way out there, but the character is committed and believes it, so that they work. Number two, the people in the scene always know one another. They've always known one another for at least 6 months. We don't need to see the scene where two people are meeting for the first time, because that's boring. That's like being on a treadmill. And three, there are scene dynamics. We can talk about that later. But just, you don't have to fill the air with sound. There can be pauses. There can be loudness, softness. It's about emotional connection. Period. Make an emotional connection. And if it seems like you're trying to push the scene because you think it's about a thing, I hope that your partner will slap you in the face, metaphorically, and break you out of that, and make sure that you realize that you don't know what the scene is about. Just be in the moment. Okay, so let's start it off, and we'll get it rolling, and you'll see.
Mhm.
Let's do it. Okay, I'll get out of the way. Let me get rid of the names, because we're not going to use them in our scenes. And go whenever you're ready. I'm sorry, these would be about 2-minute scenes. We'll do longer scenes later.
Sorry. It's happening again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. What? Fuck.
I've thought we've talked about this.
Yeah,
We've talked about this before, but you keep.
Just say it. Just say it, okay? Come on.
You hate it.
Yeah, I do.
I wish you told me from the start.
This is my fault?
Yes.
Ow! Okay, all right. Fine. For the sake of argument, let's go. How is this my fault, and what can I do to fix it?
We can just take a trip.
Where? What? We go to the beach again and have this problem again?
Yeah, let's go to the beach and talk about it. And
We're at
when we go
home.
to the beach, we've been evading it.
So we talk about it now. We talk about it here. This is our home. This is where we sort this out, and we make a decision.
Okay. Yeah.
You first.
And scene. Cool. I did say it was a 2-minute scene.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, I mean, you're taking your time. That's fine. But after 2 minutes, I'm looking for a button. Okay, let's get everybody back in and discuss real quick. Any thoughts from anyone watching? Any feedback for these two people?
I like how they took time. They didn't really rush each other.
Yeah.
For me, that was really grounded because they were not constrained by the time. They were just being themselves.
Yeah.
They were holding the character. Yeah.
Did we ever find out what it was what the problem was? Does it matter?
To me, it didn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Not in a short thing like that. I mean, if we had, that's fine. Then that would have been the thing. But right now, we at least saw that these people were figuring shit out. But we don't know and don't necessarily need to know what the problem is always, because plot doesn't matter. Anything else? Also from Rob or Michael, anything? Thoughts? How to feel?
I like the way we're adding to each other's.
Yeah. There was I liked the build. I thought that worked really well. I didn't have a thing in my head. I just had a idea that if we got to the discussion, this is the last time we're ever going to talk to each other.
It's like
that was enough to like just go, fuck, how do we not? So
yeah, it's tough in a 2-minute scene to have that kind of an arc, but yes.
Forgot it was 2 minutes. My fault. Sorry.
Okay. So you open the scene with "You hate it," which is kind of interesting. That's certainly sets things up, and we don't know what it is that you hate. So that's an interesting way to start a scene. We now know some kind of dynamic, and yes, I do hate it. Okay, so cool. How did it feel easy or difficult? The scene, was any part of it muddy for you, or was it all clear? Either.
I feel like I'm trying to where as improvisers we're trying to discover something just by adding on each other's what we said. So it's not really. I think it's more for the journey instead of that destination. Like
right.
that secret. I mean, the secret we're both having.
Okay, but what I'm asking you is, how, as actors, how did it feel? How did the scene feel to you?
It was. I liked the fact that we were engaged with each other, and there was this thing on the table that we didn't want to pick up. And to me, that's very, very real. You know, that idea of like, I know why you're mad. I just don't want to go there.
Was the scene easy to do or hard to do? That's really what I'm asking.
I thought it was pretty easy. It was pretty.
Okay.
It was there. There was a lot to dig into.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my only critique of it, especially for a 2-minute scene, but it doesn't matter. My only critique of it is that you were at some points you were trying to solve problems. You know, okay, how can we sit down and address this? Why are you trying to solve a problem?
Yeah.
So it now stops being about the two of you. It starts being about the problem. And now you're being reasonable and rational and
boring.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to other choices you could make, I think it's just this default need to solve the problem that gets in the way of improv sometimes, and makes you kind of think, okay, what do I say now? So That's
So,
my only critique. But other than that, what everyone else was saying was true. It was nice. It was nicely paced. You were taking your time. It was grounded. You were connected. And if it had been a much longer scene, it would have been like, okay, that would have been cool. So,
so
any other?
Tom, may I ask a question? So I did note the problem solving. It's really a default thing for us. So what would be the other choices that actors could make to move the story forward without necessarily solving the problem?
Well, first of all, stop thinking about moving the story forward.
Oh, okay.
There's no story. You're reacting. I mean, if I hit your car in the street, I bump into your car and I get out and we talk to each other. And at what point are you thinking about the story between us? You're not. You're in the moment. You're dealing with this. We don't know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now. Maybe the cops will show up. Maybe I'll try to run away. Maybe who knows what. But we don't think about the story between two people in life. Why are we doing it here? When one emerges in the middle of a scene, we will find, oh, this is what's happening between us. Okay, now you can start addressing the story. But if there isn't one, don't make one.
Okay. That's great.
Just relate. So the idea is that improv is where you make things happen. It's not where you make things not happen. Life is where you make things not happen. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to drive off a cliff. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to say the wrong thing in the meeting today. I don't want to. We play everything safe. Hey, how was your day? It was great. Nothing happened. Improv. It's the opposite. We want to make stuff happen. We want to move toward the danger all the time. So if you're comfortable in a scene, make something happen. Okay, let's get two more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's do this. All right. Are you ready? About 2 minutes, and I'll get out of your way.
Hey, I'm really glad that you picked up, although I feel like you're still upset with me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm upset with you. Of course I'm upset with you. I mean, you know that when I'm not upset with you, I don't pick up your phone calls. I only pick up when I'm upset.
I do honor what you're feeling right now, but
Do you honor what I'm? Do you really honor? Do you honor me in your everyday?
I do.
You do.
Or do I? Maybe not.
Are you,
Here
are you so unsure of this? Are you so unsure of our relationship? I mean, do you,
came.
Oh, you came.
Oh my!
Came where?
There you go again. Oh,
What?
No.
Go say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I didn't want to argue with you. I wanted to make peace with you, but there you go again.
You wanted to make peace. Peace is not. The only way peace comes is through war. Okay? Historically, for thousands of years, that's the way peace is made. Okay?
There you go again. Too much Netflix, my dear. Too much Netflix.
No, not Netflix. Okay, I like Prime Video. Okay,
Scene. Cool. Good. Cool. Too much Netflix. That's a nice one. Okay. Any thoughts about that from anybody? Any input? Reaction?
I like the shift to laughter. That was completely unexpected, and I thought that was a nice jump, just in the narrative. And then I like the way Jeremiah just played off of it. And sorry, Jeremiah's played off of it. The surprise, that little beat of like what and.
Okay, I will see about that. Ella, when you laughed, was any part of that natural? I mean, was any part of that? It's like a natural reaction to what was going on, or did you think I'm going to laugh now? Either way is fine. I'm just curious.
It was very organic.
Yes, I thought so too, which is why Jeremiah's reaction of being offended or surprised was also natural. That wasn't just the character reacting that way initially. That was him reacting that way. He's being laughed at. He's being serious, and now he's being laughed at. So even you have to, something has to be wrong with you if that doesn't even a little bit bother you. So yes, well, this stuff can be done organically. Any other questions? Comments about this?
I just want to say I like how it went, because it made me feel like I was the one who was actually trying to make. I mean, I was the one who was trying to make peace or appear as kind, but honestly, I mean, I'm the one who's crazy.
Well, there you go. There you go. First of all, you must have done something pretty bad to need to make peace in the first place. Because he's right. Netflix will tell you any day that war leads to peace. No, I'm just kidding. But the other thing is that you said crazy. You're the weird one.
I'm the weird one.
At least in that point of the scene, you are.
Yeah.
So whenever there are two people in an improv scene, if one of them is weird, the other one has to be normal.
Yeah.
We don't want two weird people in the scene at the same time. It doesn't work. It's like having two hot dog stands on the same corner. They don't work. So at some point, the weird person might become normal. At that point, the normal person can be weird. You can have two normals, and you can have a normal and a weird, but you can't have two weirds. Doesn't work. So think about that. If someone is acting weird, you've got to represent us in the audience. We've got to feel that through you, or else it doesn't matter. Because if you're weird and I'm weird, then nothing that you do or say is going to stick to me or matter to me because I'm too weird.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect me. So what's the point? Any other quick comments from anyone? Jeremiah, you have anything?
I was trying to play, since in the conversation when we started speaking, and you said about strengths and stuff, and I said speed, right? So I said, let me see if I can go a little bit faster than usual. So that's
you were interrupting her,
right?
Which is a good thing. I know in other types of improv it's not, but here that's fine. We've talked about that before. Over talking when you're doing it on purpose is fine. It heightens the emotion.
Right. That's what I felt. I felt like a lot of dynamics, so that was fun to do.
Yeah, which probably led Ella to react with that laughter. All that back and forth, it probably tickled her brain in some way. I thought it was funny too. Yes, that's the dynamic scene. And once again, we don't know what the problem was.
Yeah.
Don't care. Okay, two more. There we go. I'll get out of your way.
Would you stop that?
Okay, guys,
Would you stop that?
I'm gonna since it's right at the beginning, I'm gonna pause you. Maybe you don't know. In improv, we don't use real objects. If this is my phone and this is your phone, it makes my phone look pretty stupid. And because if we need an elephant in our scene or a horse, I can bring a horse into the scene, but you can't because you've got a real phone. So it's all make believe. So make it up. Don't. Anytime I see somebody grab a thing, it's a crutch.
All right.
So fake the phone, fake the thing. Okay. Start again. Go ahead.
Would you stop that?
No, you stop that.
I'm gonna post that you didn't wash your shirt the other day. My sister did not wash her shirt the other day and wore it to the party.
Oh my God, Liana. After all these years, that is still what you're focused on? Washing shirts? It's been 20 years.
Because you hate doing laundry.
Because I hate doing laundry. You know what I mean?
And it stinks already. You still don't know how to wash your clothes.
I am trying to stand by my principles. And as my sister, I expect you to respect my principles that I do not want to wash clothes because laundry is bad for the environment. Stop that.
It's bad for the environment. How about me? My nose. I'm allergic to your smell.
My goodness, Liana. I am your older sister and all you have to do is respect my wishes. Why wouldn't you?
You always insist you're being my bigger sister. But what about my privacy? I just want this room to smell good so I can meditate.
But you have to appreciate the stink of the natural earth because that's real. That's real smell, Liana. You cannot deny the real smell of earth.
That's
You see,
ridiculous.
there's no such thing as ridiculous in the natural earth, Liana.
And
Oh, no.
scene. Cool. There's no such thing. It's the smell of the real earth. I like that. One reason I like that is because she's the one who meditates and she's connected to the earth, but she doesn't want to be that connected to the earth, does she? Any comments from anyone, including the two of you who are in it? Anything?
Well, I felt that I liked or I felt like they were using the element of repetition,
Mhm.
like, and that was fun to see.
Yes, yes. Repetition is a huge thing in improv. It's a huge thing in comedy, but it's a huge thing in improv. If something's going on, repeat yourself or repeat someone else. Do it more than once. Do it more than twice.
Yeah.
Every single time you say the same thing, it means something different.
And it actually helped because I didn't have anything to say at that point. I
Good.
couldn't come up with anything, so I just decided, okay, might as well just say it again, just say
Yes.
it differently.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. People in real life. Why do you think people in real life repeat stuff?
That's true.
Because they don't have anything interesting to say at that moment. Or anything new. Anything else? Any other comments, thoughts, feedback from the two of you? Either of you?
Well, I appreciated Zyla's how she established our relationship. So that sort of gave us a good history and how we would react to each other because we're sisters. And that's
Right.
how sisters talk. So
Right. Well, some.
some.
Yeah. Zyla, anything?
Yeah, I like how Chris is very calm. Even if I'm the one who meditates, Chris is the one who's calm.
Well, that's an interesting thing in improv. If you can do it, if you can have the thing that you say be the opposite of the thing that you do. If you can say what a caring person you are, but everything that you do shows everybody that you're not. That is a huge element of comedy, that lack of self-awareness, that everyone can see it, but you can't. You can't beat that if you can manage it. Okay, let's get two more in. We've got the Thrilla in Manila. Here we go. Whenever you're ready.
Why are you looking at me like that, babe?
I don't know. I mean, you look cuter tonight than yesterday.
How do I look like? Eh?
You know, because you washed the dishes, you bathed our baby, so you look cuter tonight.
Shut the. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? I have something to tell you, babe.
Okay. You know, I hate surprises, but okay, bring that on. Let me hear it.
I want to adopt an elephant.
You want to adopt an elephant,
Yeah.
and you don't
Isn't
even help me taking care of the baby all the time. You just did that last night just so you could get an elephant.
you don't care about me anymore? You don't
Huh.
care about my feelings.
Okay. Let's see who doesn't
I
care.
want a fucking divorce.
Oh, you're threatening me now.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry, babe.
guess
I'm
what?
sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say anything of what I'm so talking about. It's inside my head. I don't want an elephant. I want you in my life. I
Because
want you
you're
in my life.
always absent in our therapy sessions. That's why, and you're not taking your meds anymore. Look how you're talking right now. You're ridiculous.
No, I'm just, it's impulse. It's because of the alcohol you gave me, the gin calamansi. It's the alcohol talking. I just want you to kiss me.
Scene. Before it happens. Scene. There we go. Because I have to sleep tonight too. That was fun. Any comments, thoughts from anybody at all, including Josh and Orbs?
I think it's always fun to watch Josh so far, and then it's nice that you partnered him with Norvs, and I think they had a good chemistry about the fight, which was going all over the place, which is typical of any fight, that you're bringing up like issues from before, even though you're coming from a very good start. So yeah.
Well, I will
think
tell you
it's
though
very
that there was no intention. I'm just randomly putting people together. Really, I'm not matching people up. But
that worked out well.
yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, I vote for the elephant for sure.
No. What did you see in the scene that was interesting to you as an improviser?
A lot of status shifts.
Hmm. Yes, in a short scene, there were quite a few.
A lot happened. A lot of status shifts.
Mm-hmm. What else?
And how Josh was able to raise the stakes so suddenly, because at first they were just gushing over each other, and then he raised the stake. I want to adopt an elephant.
Right. So Norb said something very interesting, which is a wonderful thing if you can do it, and if you can sneak it in an improv scene. Sometimes it's called a focus, sometimes it's called a point of view. I hate surprises, he said. When a character says that they love something or hate something, we now know what to do. We now know. I hate surprises. I want an elephant. Did I forget to mention that yesterday? Yeah. In fact, I got one. So that's a key right there. If you express a desire, particularly if it's a vague one. If you say, I want $100, well, okay, somebody can give you $100 and it's over. But if you say, I want to feel like a man, well, we have to now, your partner gets to interpret that. Oh, honey, you want to feel like a man? I bought you a lawnmower. It's red, very manly. That's not what he means, but that's what he's going to get.
Yeah.
So you can misinterpret the need that the person states because it's vague enough or universal enough. I just want to be understood. I have no idea what you're talking about, Stanley. No, I just want to be understood. What does that even mean? It's like, so any other quick thoughts about that? That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Big emotions, big reactions, weren't afraid to go places. Is it grounded to have a scene where somebody says they want an elephant? Hell yeah. If they want it that bad. And if it turns out they don't really want an elephant, they just want your love. And that's too much, apparently. So that's kind of fun. Any thoughts from the two of you at all?
Because I've known Norbs for a very long time. I can't help myself smirk.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that kiss was going to happen if I didn't stop you. Okay. Yes, indeed. That's why we hit record. Okay. So here's what I've been doing. And apparently people want it. So I'm going to keep doing it until someone says, don't do it. I'm going to do like a little lightning round thing where I do a scene with each of you, a short 2-minute scene with each of you, one after the other. And we see if anything comes of that, if we notice anything about it. Okay. So I'll just go one after another. We'll go I'll just, St. Valentine's Day massacre you one after another. Is that cool? Good. I would do it even if you said it wasn't. So let's do it. Let's see, who have I got here? On my board here, that's the first person. So here we go. On my thing. Okay, no, yeah, you're done. Okay, so we do you. Ready? About 2 minutes. I.
Okay.
I would like to continue from where we left off. Yeah. I've been gone a long time, and I know I left abruptly, but can't we just pick it up, Charlotte? Can't we? Can we just pick it? You all right? You all right?
I already sold the ring.
What do you mean you sold the ring? What do you mean you sold the ring?
You
sold the ring.
You left me with the house. How can I pay for mortgage?
The house had a room in it, and the room had a jewelry box in it. You could have put the ring in that.
But you left. How is this on me?
Oh, nice job, Frodo. What'd you do? Cast it into the fire?
I sold it so I can pay for the house that you left me pay for.
I pay. I didn't pay. I didn't pay for the house. Did I?
No, you did not.
No, I did not. I did not.
That is why you left.
That's why I left. This has been a
the
while.
cops were coming.
Because
I can't believe you forgot about this.
You know what? I better leave. I gotta go.
Oh my.
Hey,
They're coming.
good to see you. Okay, you don't know me. Okay. Who? You have the earrings? You still have the earrings?
And the necklace is here.
Okay. Put them in the box. I'll be back.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Can you also?
I love you.
Shut up! No, don't ever come back. I don't want to
I
see
love
your face
you.
ever again. No. Leave now.
Okay.
The cops are coming.
And scene. Good. Who's up next? That's next on my list. Go. You ready? Unmute.
Him. I found the ring.
Huh?
I found the ring. Cost me 20 grand to get it back. You want it back? Take the ring. Go quarter. Now.
I didn't ask you to do that.
You didn't have to.
I didn't ask you to do that,
You
Steve.
didn't
I didn't
have
ask
to.
you to do that. What is wrong with you?
Why are you such a chicken shit?
Chicken shit?
Yes. 6 months, I hear you, da, Charlotte this, Charlotte that, Charlotte that. As soon as I get out, I'm going to go find Charlotte. I do you a solid. I track the ring down.
Do you a solid? What are you, a rapper? What are you, a rapper now? Do you a solid?
Oh,
you going to start doing this stuff?
I am a reform rabbi. My references come from all over.
I know you're a reform rabbi, Steve. I know.
There's the fuck.
There's never a day that goes by that you don't remind people that you're a reformed rabbi, okay? It's never a day. Twice on Yom Kippur. You remind people.
Nice. Self-hating. You know what? Here's the ring. It's in frame.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshenu b'mitzvot tav.
The Talmud is very clear on this.
That's reform. That's reform. That's not conservative.
I'm out of here. I gotta go to mass. I gotta go to mass.
You're an Orthodox idiot.
Hey.
Hi, Marjorie. Is that Skylar?
You caught me by surprise, man.
I know.
What are you doing? What are you doing inside my house? I'm not selling anything today.
What do you mean?
You're going through a lot. I see you. I see your soul, man.
You see my soul?
I see you.
You see my soul, man?
Yeah. You're going through a lot.
I am going through a lot. I'm going through a lot, man.
I know. That's why I'm not selling you anything.
I don't want to. Okay. You're my last hope, man. No one else. I can't get anything from anyone else, man. I wouldn't come here if I didn't need it, man.
Okay. I want you to do something for me.
Oh, you want me to do something for you?
Yeah. I want you to go to the supermarket.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring me some groceries.
Okay. Just anything?
Yeah,
any groceries? Just stuff.
Worth $3,000.
$3,000 groceries? I'm not buying Haagen-Dazs.
Bro, that's the cost of my, you have to get to me.
Man, $3,000. I got to get gelato now. Jeez.
Oh, I love gelato.
I know you do.
I can swim inside the gelato, bro. With that, substance we take.
Yeah, the substance, right? That's what what,
man?
I think I'd rather go into withdrawal. Yeah, I'll be in the alley.
If you do that, I will find you and I will hunt you.
Oh yeah. Go get your own gelato. Steven.
Yeah.
Steven.
Yes.
Steven.
Yes.
Steven.
Yes. Jerry.
Steven.
Jerry.
Steven. 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 Steven.
Jerry.
Steven.
Come on, Jerry.
Steven?
Come on.
What? Steven.
Don't leave me hanging.
It's Jerry. Come on. Share a little. Share a little. I know what's going on.
Yeah. But last time I gave you.
You forget the last time. Forget the last time. Do you know why it's called the last time? Because it was the last time.
Because it was the last time.
That's the last time. They wouldn't call it the last time if there was going to be another.
It's the last time.
It's the last time. Steven.
And then you left.
Steven. Come on, it's me.
Jerry, you left.
I know I left. I leave. I leave. How else could I come back?
Yeah. I should have seen this.
I'm back, Jerry. I'm back.
Okay, here, take it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's yours now.
Yes, thank you. You can't just get essential oils just anywhere. Cardamom. Oh, geez, thanks, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know cardamon's bad for you. Yeah. So go easy on it. Yeah.
I live on the edge, Jerry. Just saying. I live on the edge. No one lives forever.
Careful with that edge.
Yeah.
Be careful with that edge.
Okay. Be careful. You be careful staying away from the edge.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, I can't believe. I can't believe Joe. I can't believe Joe stood me up.
What do you mean, man? He stood you up.
Yeah,
Joe,
man. But
Joe stood you up. My Joe stood you up.
just right.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Look,
Make it look like you did it.
No, listen. What do you mean? Like I didn't?
Gotta kill him. I gotta
Okay,
kill him.
but
That's how it works, man. I gotta kill the guy. I gotta kill my Joe. He's my Joe. He's like a son to me. I gotta kill him.
But I wanna.
I gotta get. Okay, or at
Let's do
least
it
I gotta
at the same
train.
time.
I gotta do something to him.
You can't kill him before I kill him.
Oh, you planning on it?
Don't take that from me. You always take everything from me. Everything I want to do, you want to do first.
I'm a micromanager. I'm sorry, man.
Gosh, you know, he stood me up, not you.
Oh, you're right. I'm always trying to fix stuff. Shit.
God,
Damn,
man.
I hate me.
You know, I think that's why he stood me up.
I hate
because of you. He stood me up not because of me. He stood me up because of you.
I'm horrible, man. I'm bad for you. I'm bad for everybody. I'm just bad.
But listen, man, maybe we can help you stop fixing everything in life. You know?
You think?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Stop fixing things, man.
Okay, I will. I'll stop fixing things right now.
Just what we have to do is the contrary. You know, we need you to stand up, Joe. You know, I need you to call Joe, tell him you want to meet up, and you stand them up. You mess things up, you know?
I'm glad we had this chat. I'm gonna take care of this. I'll fix everything.
Oh, hi. My name is Sister Ella. Thank you for coming here. I'm really so glad. That you have decided to change for the better. Welcome to the house of God. How can I help you?
Your sister Ella?
That's my name. Thank you for asking.
Sister
And-
Ella?
Yes.
Who is in Mrs. Henderson's English class in 9th grade? who sat in the third row had pigtails, had that little mark on your that thing that acne thing.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
me.
that was Teddy. It's Teddy.
Teddy? Oh my God, Teddy!
Teddy! I knew we'd meet again someday. I knew it. I knew it.
Teddy, could you do me a favor? I was very good to you.
That
Yeah.
really? No.
Yeah.
No.
Teddy,
Not-
Teddy,
not-
listen.
No, it wasn't. You weren't that. You weren't that.
I gotta tell you something,
Hey, wait,
Teddy.
wait. Is this the house of God? Is he?
They know that I'm a virgin here. That's what they know of me.
Okay, but
Teddy.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's a miracle. Is he here right now? God, I mean, is he in? Is he in the house right now? Does he go out? When is he like not here? Like other times when he's like away?
Do you want to see God?
I want to see paradise.
Do you want to experience God?
I want to.
Oh my God, Teddy!
no.
I'm a nun
God.
now. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, jeez. I just.
I'm
Still
a nun
though.
now. I'm
English class though.
Yeah.
You or something. Oh yeah. I'm gonna call Carl.
I'm gonna call
calling Carl. Again, we're gonna bring the
senior
whole
nun
gang down
here
here.
to
We're bringing the whole gang here. They don't know what happened to you. We're bringing everybody down here.
Teddy, no.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, even Dirty Al's gonna come. I'll get Dirty Al. You loved him.
I gotta go to the kitchen because we were doing some charity, and so I'm gonna hand you over to my
Okay, make
other
me a
sister.
sandwich.
Right.
So it's really a serious matter that
It
we have
is.
to.
Oh God. It's not that I mean.
I'm disappointed.
I'm so.
Like I thought I will. We
This. I know. Yeah. What? It's no. You first. No. Go ahead. You first. No. You first.
I thought we were
Because
at the lowest.
I think. What? No, you.
No.
You. No, you. You're the one who's, you.
Because
It's
low.
Yeah. And we understand that. Well, that's all cleared up.
Yep.
Okay.
But clear in your terms.
Well.
But that.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Hmm?
All right.
No.
See. Next.
Johnny, I think you know the news, right? Please sit down. Take a deep breath. And please brace yourself. It's a little difficult. We've won $10 million. In Lotto. We've won. We dreamt of this. You're not happy. I don't understand. Johnny?
I feel like such a sellout. I feel like I sold out. I feel like I sold out my integrity. Keep it, man. No, it's all yours. Keep it. It's all yours. Keep it.
I'd love to keep it.
You have to keep it. I don't want it.
I'd really love to keep it, but
I don't want it. I
prom-
don't want it.
but we promised the devil that we have to divide the $10 million.
That's why I don't want it. I'm going the other way. I'm going the other way. Going that way. Going that way.
If
That
I
way.
give the full amount of money, I will.
I'll see you there. No. Hey, enjoy
You
yourself. Enjoy yourself. Buy a Maserati. Drive it to hell. On me. Okay, gotta go.
It's okay.
What?
It's okay. You know what?
What?
Because your ex is in hell, and you know what? I'll say hi to your ex, and then she will confess that she loves me more than you do.
If she loves you more than me, that would be the definition of her being in hell. Going up.
You got me there.
And say yes. Okay. So, any.
Wow, I love that last line of yours, Tom.
I probably had to use it in real life. Who knows? So, any thoughts before we do some more stuff? Any thoughts? Anything occur to you from any of that stuff, from having done it or watched anything?
I enjoyed the turn of events in your scene with Ella. I like how you navigate with the holiness and the unholiness of things. It's so relatable. It's visual. It's metaphoric. It's funny. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the revelation and the surprises up until the end. I feel like it's something that could really happen.
Yeah, I suppose. No. Well, Ella started the scene off with not knowing me.
Yeah,
And
I
so
noticed that catch.
Yeah. So whenever that happens, I jump in and make sure that to remind them that you know me. Don't call me sir. You know me. Remember me? So then something's happening.
There was also a bit between in the scene that you had with Rob, because you were talking about the ring, right? And how you made it about you, when suddenly it was no longer about the ring. It was about him being a reformed rabbi.
Yes.
And you just reacted and kept reacting, and you started dissing him about him being a rabbi. So I think that was a good example of how you don't make the scene about an object, but rather it's just about the two of you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, cool. Anybody else see a thing or feel a thing? In any of this, and something that you did, that we did?
We about your scene with Zyla and then your scene with Rob, it felt like did you do the same? Is it the same character, or it felt like
Continuation.
two scenes, but
Rob made me the same character.
Yeah.
Rob made me the same character. He referred to that ring, and he referred to Charlotte, and he was telling. So he picked up from where the other one was. So if he does that, I have to go with it. But there's no reason. There's no reason not to. For me to try to insist that no, this is a different scene. I'm a different guy. That would totally ruin everything, and there's no reason for it. Why can't we do that scene?
Yes.
So that would be that's yes and. That's the only yes and we need in improv. We don't need to say yes to shit other than to reality. So if Rob sets up that reality, I can't say I'm not that person. That's denial. Anything else?
I do have one more, if it's okay. Our scene together, Tom, wherein nothing really happened. We just tried to talk over each other, but then at the same time, you were hesitant about pushing through. How would that? How would you raise the stakes in that scene, and how would you escalate the emotions from that scene?
What do you mean raise the stakes? You mean if it was a longer scene, or if I don't know what you mean. Well, that game we were playing came out organically. It was from what was happening, and so we apparently decided to use that.
Yeah.
And so when I said you go first, I had no intention of actually letting you go first.
Yeah.
And you probably knew that. And but that is a limited thing. That can only go for a certain amount of time, and then you're right. You do have to go somewhere else. So you might, you could explode and stop talking over me. I have something important to say to you. And that will change it. Or anything to just blow up what's going on. We talked about this in another thing about changing orbits. We got into an orbit. We reached this orbit and we got into it. And once you're in an orbit, you've got to do something to change the orbit, or else you're just going to be circling the same orbit. So you've got to turn on the jets and do something to move into a different orbit. And so we would have. Any other thoughts about any of the stuff that you guys did or saw? Because we did a lot. There's a lot of scenes there.
I'm enjoying it all throughout. I really enjoy it. I was laughing so hard, and then you flash my face on the screen. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. So let's do a thing. Let's quickly do a quick takeaway, since that seems to be the most useful thing. So we'll just go down the line and just tell me something that you take away from all this, and we can discuss it a little bit. Norbs, start us off.
Well, first of all, I thank you for being part of this. I enjoyed our session today. Well, I think I have few major takeaways, like especially your input on long forms, and then playing with you. Repetition is very important. I love the idea that everyone can see but you can't. It's a typical rule, but I needed to be reminded of that.
Sure, of course, yeah.
And then I also love the idea of POV and how important it is that the POV is clear. And it's okay to talk on top of one another, as long as it's intentional.
Yeah. Or if it accidentally happens, then make it intentional from that point on. Yeah. And you say about long form, one other thing about long form that I can tell you as a troupe is formats don't solve anything. If you're doing average long form and your director says, hey, you know what, let's do this weird format, that'll help. It doesn't. It's like there's a gift inside a box, and the format is really just the wrapping paper. It's important and it's great, but it doesn't change what's in the box. And if the gift sucks, it's going to suck no matter what the wrapping paper is. So you've got to work on these two-person stuff, the grounded, like you're saying, all that stuff, and then talk about, okay, let's do these crazy formats, but not forget to do this. Don't rely on the tricks because the effect doesn't last. And you'll do a 30-minute format, and after 10 minutes, you'll wish somebody would burn the theater down. Okay, Chrissy, what do you got?
Last week, my biggest takeaway was that you never solve problems. And I think this week, it was further instilled by the lesson of not necessarily talking about an object, but rather focusing on the relationship and the emotions between the two of you. So whenever I watch the scenes, the two-person scenes that we had today, that's what I focused on, and that's what I tried to observe very, very closely. And yeah, that's my biggest takeaway. There are plenty of ways to not make it about the thing and just keep making it about the two of you.
Yes, and you can always be obvious. If someone is saying, if your scene partner is saying something that you don't understand, or if they're just asking you a lot of silly questions and it's not helpful, Normally, questions are fine. Answers that suck. The questions are fine. Somebody asks a question, you don't have to answer it. But if all your scene partner is doing is saying, "How you doing? How are you today? What's going on? What's happening? How's things?" If that's what they do, you can say, "Hey, stop asking me how things are and what's going on. Let's get to it. It's what you're thinking anyway." You can say that out loud as the character, but you're also saying it as the actor, and that wakes the other actor up, and it's fine, and the audience won't know. Okay, Ella, what you got?
One of my favorite authors is Charles Bukowski, and
I love Charles Bukowski. I love
You
Charles
do?
Bukowski. I love Charles Bukowski.
Yeah. Well, he said, "Don't try," and I can relate that so much to this, right? Because the more natural you are, the better. And I like what you said about. You said dying is easy, comedy is hard. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and at the same time, you got to have the balance of putting the effort into yourself, the hard work, right?
Yeah. This is, I can honestly tell you, whenever I was in any show, whether it was a duo or a big troupe or whatever, before going out on the stage, my mind was blank. I mean, I knew what we were going to do. Okay, it's a Harold, we have to do that, or it's this, or it's that. But I had no preconceptions, none, nothing, on purpose. I studied beforehand little tips and tricks. Okay, don't forget repetition. Don't forget this. Don't forget that. But I just don't think about. I'm not thinking about it because I'm only going to screw it up. The only time I'm nervous on stage is when I do sketch, because there's memorized lines, and even if I memorize all my lines and get them right, what if he doesn't? It's so you can do sketch wrong. You can't do improv wrong. And
I like that balance.
Yeah, you're right. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jeremiah, what do you got?
I like when someone hates or loves something, now you know what to do sentence.
Yeah.
Shiny object.
Yeah, it is. It's a want. And they're very useful in short form. Because that gets right to it, in some short form troops, by the third sentence you should probably state your want, but in long form you can kind of make it go longer. But yes, if it could be a simple thing, I hate when people touch my shoulder, man. Guess what's going to happen the rest of this damn scene? Don't touch my hair. My hair is perfect. Guess what's going to happen the rest of this scene? You're begging me to touch your hair. You're begging me. Okay, Michael, what you got?
What Tracy said, I'll just repeat it. Make it don't focus on the problem. Don't focus on the objects in the scene. Just focus on your partner instead. Your partner's character or your relationship. And also, it's my first time using the repetition. Like, it's like repeating something, and then just trusting that something will come up.
Well, even if it doesn't, just the repetition alone, it's not the means to an end. It's the end. It's the repetition means something. It doesn't matter if you say something the same exact way 10 times, each single time there's a different context, a different connotation, whether you mean it or not. People listening to you will attach different meanings to it every time they hear it again. So it's a tool. It doesn't have to lead to anything. It's a thing. Josh, what do you got?
I like how the scene affects how your emotion today affects your scene. When you feel pissed because of the delivery or whatever of the dog, you bring it out. Especially when it's
Absolutely.
it really affects you. If you are going through a lot, it will, reflect.
Absolutely. And you know what? I used to do I used to do improv with at least one person that I didn't like. I just did not like this person. They're a perfectly fine person, but this person and we just didn't. But I enjoyed doing improv because they constantly pissed me off. I was constantly with them, and they were probably with me, and so the scenes worked out because there was this energy that was there that was not love. So yeah, it works. Bam. I'll text you the name of the person off. No, I won't. Rob, what do you got?
All right, I love the idea that hard work is a talent.
So do I.
Really good thing, and it also like smacks you in the head and goes, stop resting and keep pushing yourself forward.
Yeah.
I have a question, just philosophical, theoretical, whatever. All right, objects are imbued with meaning, right? So to start a scene with an object is like passing somebody a whole preset things. Go, here you go, play with this boxing glove, right? Play with this ring, play with this sandwich. Suddenly, bang, you've got something to fight about.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just, what do you mean? I mean, avoid objects, really? What do you...
Did I say that?
No. I'm trying to clarify.
I avoid making the scene about the object.
Okay.
I barbecued some steaks.
Right.
The meal wasn't about the barbecue grill.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it was, that just made it, but the meal was the object, not the thing that made it. And yes, Michael Jordan said that talent wins games, but ability and intelligence wins championships.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing about it. Same thing with improv. Give me an intelligent improviser any day, and I'll care about the class clown. Don't care about him.
Right.
Zyla, what do you got?
I agree with everyone who said about hard work thing, because as someone who cannot sing, I think I now have hard work as talent. So that's can be one of my talents now. And also I like how in scenes, because sometimes I get locked in the idea that I already know what my partner is saying. So for me, I always hesitate to ask, what do you mean? But I guess it works too, because sometimes you really don't know what your partner means, and the only way to make the scene work is to ask explicitly what your partner means.
Yeah. Well, it's not the only way to make the scene work, but it's helpful. And you could make the scene work by assigning your own meaning to what they're saying, or using what they call creative misunderstanding, where I know exactly what you mean. I make me feel like a man. I know exactly what you mean. You want a lawnmower. I knew exactly. But yes, you can also do a lot of telegraphing of information as the actor behind the mask of the character. You can do a lot, Johnny, why are you asking me so many questions? Al, you keep interrupting me, which might be cool or not. But if something's bothering you that the other actor's doing, you can say it. I've seen improvisers, great improvisers. Rosowski, he did it to me once. He called me out on something in the stage. He just said it, and it was his character saying it, but I knew that he meant, "Hey, you're fucking it up." So, oops, you're right. Oops. So you can say stuff. Cool. The audience hardly ever knows, and when they do, good. It's even funnier. Okay, that's all I got. I enjoyed doing scenes with all of you. By the way, I would come to Florida. Our theater is opening in July again, finally, and I do scenes with you guys, and you stick you guys on a stage any day. You're all good at this. You're all
Okay.
good at this. Every one of you.
If it's ever possible, I'll show up. Yeah, let's hope.
Well, it's possible. You know. I mean, you know, they don't have transporter machines like in Star Trek, but there are other ways to make it possible. But we'll work. We'll figure something out. You'll get here. I'll get there. Something. I got to get around. We got to get together. So this is cool. Thanks very much. And
Thank you.
have a good rest of your weekend.
Nice.
Thank you,
Thank
Cindy.
you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Lilith's gonna be on my show tomorrow. So
Oh, that's
Whoa,
great.
nice.
Wow.
Oh,
he'll tell you. See you guys.
Thanks,
See you.
Tom.
Bye.
Everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.